Happy Friday, Superstar. That's right. This YouTube channel went from the youth developer, which we believe that every adult truly is a youth developer because the best form of youth development is by us, the adults, living life to the full, being that example, right? Because children do what you say. And children do what we do. They follow our footsteps. And anyway, it goes along with why superstars. Why? Because you are. It's the same in the same way of living this life to the full. How do we do that? Living in our strength and our God-given potential to live life with time for what matters the most. And again, in this channel, we know and we hope that it's you and the energy to spend it with your loved ones. So today, let me see this way. Yeah. Okay. So for those who have read this book or who's heard me talk about it in a training or in older videos, today is about, again, our blog that the latest one, which has been reactive or proactive responses. Since we're going to take a look at this, and I know it's a little small, and I hope that people could jump in live. And if you're watching the replay, please join me in the comments. I will read them and we can interact this way. So, why am I even in this topic? This is my jam because this book helped me to understand true responsibility for myself, putting the mask tightly secure in me first and then on the child. Because if I don't put my mask, if I'm in a plane and we're going down, baby, and if I pass out, how am I going to be able to help a little child that is not able to do that? And I've learned that the hard way. If you've been in any of my trainings, I do talk about, and it's not just a 2 a.m. visit to the hospital, but it's really the goodness gracious. It was around this time. If you're a director out there, I feel you. I know that that time when school ends, you only got literally like 5 days to train your staff for summer camp. And it could be absolutely chaotic. And so I've been there. I've been in this like where I literally have only a few days to myself, a few hours, and I got myself out and I'm committed. I'm committed to help, to share about books, about how we can better take care of ourselves. So, today we're going to be talking about responses, and really what I want to talk about, and it'll be super short. You could go to the blog and read it. Um, but the two reactions that Stephen Covey talks about is reactive, which are based on conditions like your feelings and mood, or proactive, based on your own choice. And I know there's so many times it's so tempting to say, but my husband, but my wife, but my child. I mean, of course I say that. Of course there are areas that reactive responses are going to come way more often, and that will definitely be with my hubby. And what I want us to encourage us before I even explain, again, you could go back and read it, is that the root of these responses are based on our behavior. And if you are a camp director, if you are in this field of youth development, or you're a teacher, well, you know that it's best to say bad behavior versus bad child, because we can contribute to a child's narrative that he or she is bad. Behavior can be changed, and we want to be a loving, accepting mother, auntie, grandma, youth developer. And so, you know, behavior can change. This is the coolest part, and I'm gonna like zoom in here and also put myself smaller. That this book spends well, at least it was the biggest aha for me, is that responsibility is the ability to choose our response. And how do we do that, right? Especially when we're heated at the moment, we're upset with somebody, especially your spouse. Okay, are you getting my drift here? What do we do once, we're in this, we're upset? And this is where journaling, and of course, if you've been following the blog or this YouTube channel, or you've been part of my trainings, and that powered pen to paper to write things down. And so, what I want to share is that we do have the responsibility um, to choose and take responsibility, and instead of the reactive, the blame shifts. Oh, that's just my personality. Ah, that's just me. Oh, that's how I feel right now, and therefore deal with it. Oh yeah, I said it. I know you said it. And so what do we do now? Okay, it's my own choice. I'm responsible for it. Okay, so what? And the coolest thing about our choice is that it comes down to our values and priority. And so I'm going to read this to you. Hopefully, this could be big enough. Our choice includes our core values and priorities. Core meaning that these have been with you since you were a child. In other words, rooted. I want to go back in here just to see who's here. Please say hello. Tell me where you are joining me from. And the question is, what holds more weight in this iceberg? I mean, yes, it's not an open-ended question. It's the bottom, right? It's that's what holds the weight. And because the top, it's like top of mind, it's the feelings are what's your current mood, and they're all valid. I mean, I've been part of an institution where feelings and emotions are not encouraged. You just got to be like Jesus, right? And the thing is that they are real. Now, getting rooted on our values. And so, why not take that time right now to find those things out? And I have it over there. And I want to read it. Like, why don't we do that now? I mean, you clicked on this video for a reason. What are values? The regard that something is held to deserve the importance, worth, usefulness of something, right? What's important to you, in other words. Principles, the fundamental truth or proposition deserves as a foundation for a system, belief, or behavior, right? Your principles. Um, and journal prompt question: what do you believe to be important to you? And here's the key question: are you role modeling that in your life right now? And thirdly, how can you align your daily activities to your values and principles? I know you may be scrolling in Facebook and this is not the video you want to see. You want to be entertained. You might have Googled this. Not Googled. You might have put it in the engine search on YouTube and this video came up. You're watching this for a reason. If it's the cover of this book that you have read and has impacted you, whatever that is, you're here. Why not take the time right now to answer these questions? What's important to you? Are you role modeling it in your life right now? And how can you align your daily activities to your values and priorities? Why is this important to take the time to do it now? So we could be rooted, we could be reminded, it could be in top of mind when we are in those moments of those moods and those feelings, right? Where you could go, you know what? If you are fighting with your spouse, we're in the same team. It's me and you. This is the commitment we made to each other. And we believe my value is family. And so, therefore, we're going to work it out. And it's reminding us why we do the things that we do. It's taking responsibility, it's pausing. Doesn't mean perfection. Of course, I fall short. And the question is, for us to journal. If you were part of my 21 journey, and journaling and planning, you know that I journal to reflect why do I do the things that I do. And so I'm not repeating that, the definition of insanity. It's doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And I want to make sure that I am not repeating the same mistakes, and that I am doing um that I'm those mistakes, I'm taking them as lessons, and those lessons as wisdom. And so, taking that time right now, for those who just joined in, we're answering this question right here. And I know it's not attractive. It's not like in Facebook. Sometimes we want to just like lose ourselves in comedy. And that's good. There's a time for everything. But if you did click on this video based on the subject title, this is the time right now. What do you believe to be important to you? Are you role modeling it with your life right now? How can you align your daily activities to your values and principles? It's not attractive, because you know what's attractive, people, my friends, superstars? Like this quick fixes. It's a journey. It's a long path. It's a long walk in the park. And there are going to be valleys, there are going to be ups and downs. um and going back to this pen to paper is getting us there, is reminding us that this indeed is a journey. And so I want to encourage you. So if you have not picked up this book, let me put it nice and big in here. um Let me see. Boom. How to be proactive, right? And how to take responsibility, and that we have the power to choose our response. So let's dig in into be reminded what our values and what our principles are by taking that pen into paper, writing those things down. I definitely would put music. Those who are joining live, this is the opportunity to write that down. We could do that right now as we speak. If you wanted to write down in the comments, please do so. Um, Take that time. I want to encourage us to do that. So when we align to our values and to our principles, we are more in, we are training ourselves to be solution oriented versus, oh man, this happened to me, and being victims of circumstances, of people, instead of taking responsibility. Because hey, can you change people? I wish. I really do I want to change people? Oh yeah, I do, right? I want to be in control of things. And the reality is that I am in control of me, Patty Z. Thank you guys for joining me today. I hope that this has encouraged you to write down what are your values, what is important to you, how are you role modeling that in your life, and how can you align that with your daily activities, being reminded of what's important to you and why. All right, guys, I'll see you next week. Next video, actually, it may come somewhere in the 4th of July weekend. It's our trip to St. Louis. It's living that life to the full. It's exploring, taking care of your biggest asset, ASSET, you. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Enjoy your weekend.